A galaxy far, far away, almost without words. Can you imagine Star Wars without its iconic opening crawl? Hard to believe, but it almost happened. That scrolling text, instantly recognizable, was almost cut from the film. Luckily, cooler heads prevailed, and the rest, as they say, is cinematic history. Without that crawl, we might never have journeyed to a galaxy far, far away. We would have been left wondering about the Rebel Alliance and the evil galactic empire. It's hard to imagine the movie's impact without this crucial piece of storytelling. The opening crawl of Star Wars is more than just text on a screen. It's a promise of adventure, a gateway to a universe brimming with possibilities. It sets the stage, introducing us to a vast galaxy filled with conflict and intrigue, where heroes and villains clash in epic battles. The crawl tells us everything we need to know to understand the story that's about to unfold, providing essential context and background. The crawling text, set against a backdrop of stars, immediately transports us to another world, igniting our imagination and sense of wonder. The font, the color, the music all work together to create a sense of epic scope and grandeur, making us feel like we're part of something monumental. It's a simple yet brilliant storytelling device that has become synonymous with Star Wars, capturing the hearts of fans across generations and leaving an indelible mark on pop culture. Believe it or not, some studio executives weren't sold on the opening crawl. They thought it would be too confusing for audiences. They argued that it would slow down the pacing of the film. They even suggested replacing it with a voiceover narration. George Lucas, however, was adamant about keeping the crawl. He knew it was essential for setting up the story he wanted to tell. He fought hard to keep it in the film, and thankfully, he won that battle. Section 4. George Lucas, the visionary behind the words. George Lucas, a name synonymous with groundbreaking cinema, has left an indelible mark on the film industry. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars, always envisioned the opening crawl as an integral part of the film. This iconic element was not just a stylistic choice, but a narrative tool that set the stage for the epic saga. He drew inspiration from the opening crawls of old science fiction serials like Flash Gordon and Buck Rogers. These early influences shaped his vision, blending nostalgia with innovation. He wanted to capture that same sense of adventure and excitement in his own film. The opening crawl was his way of paying homage to the past while creating something entirely new and thrilling. Lucas understood that the opening crawl served a crucial purpose. It was more than just text on a screen. It was a gateway into the universe he meticulously crafted. It provided context and backstory without the need for lengthy exposition. This allowed the audience to be immediately immersed in the story, understanding the stakes and the characters' motivations right from the start. It allowed him to jump right into the action and keep the audience engaged from the very first frame. The opening crawl became a signature element, setting the tone for the adventure that was about to unfold. Section 5, From Typewriter to Spaceship, The Making of the Crawl. This is the story of how a simple idea transformed into one of the most iconic elements in cinematic history. Creating the opening crawl was no easy feat back in the 1970s. The technology we take for granted today was still in its infancy, and filmmakers had to rely on their ingenuity and resourcefulness. Special effects were still in their infancy. The team had to experiment with various techniques to bring their vision to life. Lucas and his team had to get creative. They brainstormed tirelessly, exploring different methods to achieve the desired effect. They used a combination of models, matte paintings, and innovative camera techniques to achieve the iconic effect. Each element was meticulously crafted to ensure it blended seamlessly. The crawl itself was created by physically moving a camera along a long piece of paper with the text printed on it. This required precise timing and coordination. It was a painstaking process that required incredible precision and attention to detail. Every movement had to be perfect to avoid any errors. The end result, however, was well worth the effort. The opening crawl became an iconic part of the Star Wars experience, captivating audiences from the very first moment.